Did you know that the largest desert in the world is not the Sahara? Or that Finland is not a Scandinavian country? Or that the saltiest body of water on Earth is not the Dead Sea? Today, I will debunk many popular misconceptions and show you the world as you've never seen it before. Trust me, after this video, your perception of our planet will definitely change. Finland is not part of Scandinavia. Traditionally, Scandinavia includes only 3 countries: Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Despite shared historical and cultural roots, Finland is not included in this group, even though it is geographically and culturally close to them. Together with Iceland and Finland, these 3 countries form what are known as the Nordic countries. Finns themselves prefer to call themselves Nordic, not Scandinavian. Ask almost anyone what the largest desert in the world is, and they will confidently answer the Sahara. But that's a misconception. Scientifically, a desert is defined as a place that receives less than 250 millimeters of precipitation per year. Antarctica receives almost no rain, only very little snowfall. That is why the Antarctic desert is the largest on Earth, with an area about 50% larger than the Sahara. New York City is the largest city in New York State, and one of the biggest megacities in the world. However, despite its size and fame, it is not the state capital. The capital is Albany, a small city located about 250 kilometers north of New York City. The reason is simple: the state government is based there. It is possible to travel from North Korea to Norway or Finland while crossing only one country, Russia. This sounds unbelievable, considering that North Korea and Norway are almost 7,000 kilometers apart. Yet, as strange as it sounds, you can go from Pyongyang to Helsinki or Oslo by crossing only Russia. Many people intuitively think that Australia's closest neighbor is New Zealand. In reality, New Zealand is about 2,000 kilometers away. The closest country to Australia is Papua New Guinea, separated from the Australian continent by the narrow Torres Strait. Numerous Indonesian islands are also very close. Here's a surprising fact. There are roughly twice as many kangaroos in Australia, about 50 million, as there are people, whose population is around 25 million. If you ask people to name the largest city on the Mediterranean Sea, they will likely say Barcelona, Athens, or Rome. However, the largest Mediterranean city is Alexandria in Egypt, with a population of over 6 million. For comparison, Barcelona has about 500,000 fewer residents. Alexandria was founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BC and was once one of the most important centers of science and culture in the ancient world, home to the legendary Lighthouse of Alexandria and the famous Library of Alexandria. Pacific Islands are usually associated with palm trees and tropical beaches, but the Aleutian Islands, which belong to the United States and are located near Alaska, are completely different. They are known for their harsh climate, snowfall, and icy waters often filled with icebergs. Geologically, they are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, where earthquakes and volcanic eruptions are common. Great Britain, England, and the island of Great Britain are not interchangeable terms. The island of Great Britain includes England, Scotland, and Wales. The United Kingdom is a country consisting of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. England is only a part of Great Britain, not a synonym for the entire state. Likewise, English and British are not the same. English people are from England, while British people can be from England, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. Many believe the Sahara is the driest non-polar desert on Earth, but that title belongs to the Atacama Desert in Chile. The average annual rainfall there is about 15 millimeters, and in some areas no rain has fallen for over 500 years. The Atacama is so dry that NASA uses its landscapes to test Mars rovers, as it closely resembles the surface of Mars. In 2015, rare heavy rains caused the desert to briefly bloom, attracting massive tourist interest. The Dead Sea is often called the saltiest body of water on Earth, but there is an even saltier one, Don John Pond in Antarctica. Its salinity is about 44%, compared to roughly 33% in the Dead Sea. It is so salty that it does not freeze even at temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. When people think of famous mountain ranges, most mention the Himalayas. However, the longest mountain range on Earth is the Andes, stretching more than 7,500 kilometers along the western coast of South America, about 3 times longer than the Himalayas. The Andes pass through 7 countries, including Argentina, Chile, and Peru. The strongest currency in the world is not the US dollar or the euro, but the Kuwaiti dinar. One Kuwaiti dinar is worth about 3.2 US dollars, making it the most valuable currency relative to the dollar. Although Portugal has a Mediterranean-like culture and climate, it does not have a coastline on the Mediterranean Sea. The entire country faces the Atlantic Ocean, as Spain blocks its access to the Mediterranean.
While Venice is the most famous city built on water, it does not have the most canals. Amsterdam has over 165 canals, with a total length of more than 100 kilometers. Birmingham has around 56 kilometers of canals, more than Venice, which has about 42 kilometers. Birmingham's canals played a major role in Britain's industrial development in the 19th century. The Amazon rainforest is the most famous tropical forest, but the largest forest on Earth is the taiga. It covers about 17 million square kilometers and stretches across Russia, Canada, Alaska, and Scandinavia, almost 3 times larger than the Amazon rainforest. Norway's coastline is so long that it could wrap around the Earth more than twice. Due to its fjords and countless islands, Norway's coastline exceeds 100,000 kilometers, while Earth's equator is about 45,000 kilometers long. More English speakers live in the Philippines than in the United Kingdom. Over 70 million Filipinos speak English, which is more than the total population of the UK. Brazil has more native German speakers than Belgium and Luxembourg combined. About 3 million German speakers live in Brazil, mainly descendants of immigrants who arrived in the 19th and 20th centuries. Australia has more camels than Egypt. Australia has the largest population of wild camels in the world, around 300,000, introduced in the 19th century for transportation and later left to roam freely. Bolivia has a navy despite being landlocked. Over 170 vessels patrol rivers, lakes, combat smuggling, and assist remote communities. Alaska is both the westernmost and easternmost U.S. state because the Aleutian Islands cross the international date line. The largest French-speaking city in the world is not in France or Canada, but in Africa, Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with a population of about 17 million. Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined, around 2 million in total. One province alone, Ontario, has about 250,000 lakes. Sweden holds the world record for the number of islands, with around 267,000, more than any other country. The shortest international flight in the world connects Brazzaville, the capital of the Republic of the Congo, and Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The distance is only about 24 kilometers. The longest bridge in the world is the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge in China, measuring 164 kilometers. Canada is associated with cold weather, but summers can be extremely hot. In 2021, a temperature of plus 49.6 degrees Celsius was recorded in Lytton, British Columbia, higher than in many African and Middle Eastern countries. The highest capital city in the world is La Paz, Bolivia, located at about 3,640 meters above sea level. The mountain closest to space-time is not Everest, but Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador, due to Earth's equatorial bulge. The North Sentinel Island is home to one of the most isolated tribes on Earth, who have resisted contact with the outside world for tens of thousands of years. Chile is the longest country in the world from north to south, stretching over 4,300 kilometers, while averaging only about 180 kilometers in width. These are some of the most surprising, mind-blowing geographical facts that shatter stereotypes and make us see the world differently. If even one of these facts was new to you, then you've just expanded your horizons. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The Earth still has endless surprises waiting for us.